What's going on, Solid Steppers? This Miss Ward coming to you from sunny South Florida. Headed out here to get the bag per usual. Just sent out my inventory list to my round table to check with them to see if anybody needed anything. I created an inventory list because that same list can be downloaded in the eBay and things of that nature. Anytime I want to make it versatile, I can import and export it to and from programs. That's what I mean about having systems in place. Always stay focused on your systems and always make sure you have a strong round table. I want to send a shout out to my real round table, Shout out to Q, shout out to Courtney, shout out to David from Daybreak, Appliance Repair. I'm really not trying to hit this little ass damn bird in the middle of the street. Anyway, shout out to Gio, shout out to Brandon, shout out to Richard, shout out to Mike Sneed, shout out to DCNF, shout out to Slick. Let me tell you something. You told me something a while back. I should have listened. Sneed, you told me something a while back. I should have listened. But it's all good. I got it now, though. Believe me. One thing about Miss Ward, don't ever cross me. Don't ever play with my money. Let me tell you something. You are dead to me. I'm going to keep it a buck. It's just who I am. One thing I learned about life is that everybody ain't happy for your success. And thank God I got real folks that have been and are where I am attempting to go. That is truly a blessing. So, prime example, I'm in the middle of this call. One of my mentors is a multi-millionaire, and he's in the process of cleaning up something for me that I made a poor decision on. Thank God I have those people. And, when I got people like that in my life, I don't go to them unless I have a situation I need assistance with, because when I need them, they there. I'm blessed to be surrounded by people who always want to invest in my ideas, my businesses, and what I do. But I never ever try to make all my business decisions in this way, that what is going to be the best outcome for all people involved. And sometimes that has to do with the maturity and what people have been exposed to. Let me tell you something about life. Never let anybody experiment with your vision, your dreams, because even though they may mean well, they can really cause damage that you can't correct. And once you understand that and what it looks like, you make the decisions regardless of how unpopular it may be. That's going to be what's best for the business long term. Thank God I have 3 multi-millionaires that are my individual cultures. Not 1 million, not 2 million, but 10 plus. And that's because I have real relationships. I developed these relationships because these are guys that don't talk about what they're going to do. They just damn do it. Very similar to myself. So when I have a situation, and I recommend you take this advice, first thing you need to understand is it ain't about the emotions. When people tell you who they are, believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Because there are some things that I've been involved in that have been delayed because I trusted individuals. Those days are gone. And it's been multiple ventures in life. And this is why I tell people, when you get in business, you got to be willing to make the hard choices and the hard decisions. Because at the end of the day, it's your name on the line. It's your image on the line. It's your brand on the line. So whenever you're in appliance repair and you're dealing with customers and you have to make decisions regarding long-term, the short-term decision might help you for the moment, but how is the long-term decision going to help you? That's what you got to think about. See, that's the real game. And most people can't think that far because they short-sighted. They ain't never had shit, never been exposed to shit, and don't know how to build something of substance. And they have no social proof. See, the thing about Miss Ward is I got social proof. And my social proof is, if you come to me, I got you. It may be uncomfortable. It might be a little tight. But I see things in you sometimes you don't see in yourself. Where did that gift come from? That came from years of working with young men and women from backgrounds that didn't teach them X, Y, and Z, but they had the potential. And I was able to support these people and groom them to where they're all really, pillars in their community. And all it took was somebody that came from what they came from, that believed in them and shaped and molded them, and them following direction. It was that simple. And it wasn't something I wanted to do. It was, I'm not going to say unfortunately, but sometimes I feel that way. It's a call on my life. So it doesn't make me the most popular person in the world. But let me explain something to you. I don't really give a damn about being popular. What I care about is making a significant mark and changing lives. Because, you got a lot of people that want to shoot the shit, play games, but they don't have nothing to show for it. So I've been well beyond that, to the point that my circle gets smaller every day. Take a lesson from Miss Ward. Revamp and look at your circle. And understand the restraints that some people may be working under. Some people can't dream like you. Some people can't move like you because they have other responsibilities. You can't hold that against them. That's just where they at. I made choices in my life because I knew what chapter I was going into at this point in my life. And I knew that I needed to be as light as possible and be able to move as quickly as possible and make choices and decisions that were going to be best long term. I knew that it was going to rub people wrong, and I really don't care, because at the end of the day, most of those people that is rubbing wrong ain't got shit to show for it no way. Like, they have nothing to say, they have no credibility, they have no wealth at all. All they have is hot air. They trying to hustle their way through life. Keep hustling, because me, I have solid relationships. So, Ina, Mr. Stein, and Mrs. Boer, thank you for getting back to me. I greatly appreciate it. I can't wait to see what it looks like when this is over. But one thing I will say, I got 9 lives like everybody else. I ain't gonna be nowhere but on the top, because that's where I naturally belong. And that is a choice and a decision. I don't care about your feelings. What I care about is performance. I don't care about your ego. What I care about is results and profit and the end game. Because at the end of the day, when all this goes away, what are you gonna have to show for it? I know what I got already, and building every day. So when you make business decisions in your businesses, understand you're not always going to be popular. But if you are taking out a character because you know for a fact that games are being played, do what you got to do and move on. And that's what I've chosen to do. So have a great day, everybody. And remember, don't look back. Ain't shit back there for you. Be blessed.